What's going on, everybody in the vinyl community? Craig back, finally, with a vinyl update. Not a huge stack, but some stuff that's been kind of sitting around for accumulating for the last month. So, I'm ready to finally show these and unleash them to you all. So, try to make this a fairly quick one. I know I'm a fucking rambler, so it's hard to make it quick. But anyway, let's see if we can do it for a change. BC cheer. Hope everybody had a great holiday. Just had Thanksgiving a few days ago. Happy Hanukkah to everybody who celebrates. And happy crazy Black Friday where everybody's got to go out and spend tons of fucking money on anything and everything. Me, I don't. A, because I'm broke. B, I hate crowds. And it just really wasn't anything. I wasn't able to get out for record store day because I had to work, but I do have some record store day stuff coming. So, stay tuned for that. Thanks to the VC. What's in the background? Duran Duran's Greatest Hits. Well, just call it Greatest anyway. Picked this up today at Goodwill. Nice overview of their career. If you're just a casual Duran Duran fan and you just want the hits, perfect place to go. I definitely recommend it to anybody who wants to, barely knows anything about the band. I would highly recommend this. If you're wanting to get into their albums, that's a totally different story, and I could go on for days about what albums are good, which ones aren't the greatest. Oh fuck, it's Duran Duran, they're all great. But anyway, finds. Got some Honeywell finds, online finds, some record store stuff. So, let's get right into them. We'll start off with the Honeywell finds. Now, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a long time, and at least in the last year been watching my videos, and I've been talking about my $3 spot, really my honey hole, the last few, pretty much ever since he took out all the stock in May, and then started fresh with all new stuff, it just hasn't been the same. Like, I'm still finding some really cool stuff, but not every time. A year ago, I was able to go in there every, week or so, and just finding really great stuff, like just gold. Really, like I've been going, the last few times I've come out empty-handed, and it really pisses me off, because I really relied on finding great stuff. Every time I went, I was always finding those rare gems that just you'd never find in a record store or anything else around here, and now all of a sudden I'm seeing crap. I think it has to do with either he's getting really good stuff that he's putting out at the record shows, or he's just getting nothing but crap. I don't know, because he's got an easy listening section now, a country section, jazz, which not the kind of jazz I listen to, so that sucks. And like a lot more like just older shit. And then the other stuff that's coming in that anybody else would be into is all stuff that's common fodder that I've already had for a decade. So I'm like, okay, but still managing to find some pretty coal stuff and some hole fillers. So let's get right into those. Enough of my rambling. First one up here, Complete Blind Buy. Only went by, I saw a name on the back that I recognized, so it looked like I had to pick it up. Wilder by The Teardrop Explodes. I almost said Express there. On the Mercury label. From 81, I believe. Yep. And why I bought this? Julian Cope. So I knew that name, and I'm like, alright, I know I'm gonna dig this. And it was really, really good. Like, I didn't know what to expect out of it, and I was pleasantly surprised. Very new wave, basically, is the best way I could describe it. Early 80s new wave. So, really, really cool to find for $3. And one that I've never seen and probably won't ever see again, so sometimes you just gotta take a chance. Next one here, an artist I'm not a big, avid fan of. I have a lot of respect for him, but I don't listen to his music very often. But I do like to have the essentials, and this is one that I'd actually, I believe Greeno, I'm pretty for sure, had shown this one a while back, like over the summer. And he's the metal overlord. Like, I was really surprised to see him show this, but talked it up like crazy, and I've had it on my radar ever since. And really surprised that it finally popped up at the Honey Hole. I'd seen it when I was in Chicago, and they went like 10, 12 bucks for it. And I'm like, no, I can't just spend it. But $3, I can totally justify getting this. So, Sinatra at the Sands. Nice. Double LP, gatefold, really nice shape. So with the Count Basie and the orchestra. So I mean, you can arranged and conducted by Quincy Jones, and this is solid. Really enjoyed it. Really nice shape. I couldn't leave it. And I mean, I have to really be in the mood to listen to Frank, but I've at least got a couple Frank Sinatra albums that are essentials, and I'm happy pretty much where I'm at. If there's anything else that's an essential, I might pick it up if I can find it for $3 or less. Next one up here, big shout out to LJ. I'm pretty sure my big bro showed this one, and this is where I'd seen it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty for sure you'd shown this. Crawler, self-titled. I wouldn't be surprised if he had shown it. On Epic label. Great late 70s, just rock. Solid rock. Really good. This was kind of sort of a blind buy. I really didn't know what to expect exactly, but I can't say it was a total blind buy. I did listen to a couple tracks online, and I was like, alright, it's been sitting out there for a bit, I'm gonna grab it. Couldn't resist. Next one, Hole Filler. I couldn't pass it up even though the album's not great. Dirty Work by the Rolling Stones. Now when I say not great, the condition on it is awesome. A little bit of wear to the cover, but the vinyl's in mint shape. This album sucks. It is, and a lot of Stones fans will agree this is not a good Stones album at all. This album kind of sucks. But, you know, what can you expect? 1986, band was splintering at that point. Well, pretty much splintered, I should say. And Mick Jagger had his solo career going on. I mean, oh well. But I mean, there's still some pretty cool songs, and I mean, it's worth having. And I'm a completist freak, so I had to have it. So there you go. Next one. Oh man, I see her albums all the time, every fucking where possible. But I've never seen this one before, and I really dig her early stuff. Linda Ronstadt, self-titled, Capitol. Great early Linda Ronstadt. Now, this is the kind of stuff I'll go for when it comes to Linda. Like, just good country styling, you know, music. You know, that very, I mean, obviously she didn't write her songs, but that sort of that folky singer-songwriter thing with the country vibe, she really pulls off that country rock. And this is a great album. Got a cover of Birds by Neil Young. What else? Rock Me on the Water is a great song. I mean, you got so many great artists on here. I know Don Henley's on here, Glenn Frey, and you got Sneaky Pete on the steel guitar. Sneaky Pete being from Flying Burrito Brothers. Just awesome. Great playing. Bernie Leadon's on here too. Very good. Highly recommend it. And last one that it's a common album. Everybody knows it or has to have it. But I've had it for years and I couldn't pass this up. Really nice upgrade copy. Running on Empty by Jackson Browne. What can I say that hasn't been said? Great album, great artist, love Jackson. And I couldn't pass this up. Still in the shrink, got the original booklet. Record's in minty shape. Mine was not, plus I didn't have the booklet or anything. The cover was a little worn, so very cool to finally have a nice copy. Alright, next ones are from record store purchase. Orbit Records. I rarely go in there. I've talked about them before. I used to go in there a lot, like 10, 12 years ago, even longer than that. That was the only game in town, only place I could buy vinyl at that point, unless I was going to Goodwill, but I didn't bother with Goodwill, which I'm kicking myself now. Could be finding gold back then. But anyway, decided to stop in there while I was in that area and noticed they got a dollar bin finally set up. They've had a dollar bin over the years, but usually they just put the complete bullshit in there, like nothing good. And I ended up finding a couple of really cool things. So first one up here, Never Going Back to Georgia by the Blues Magoos. This later Blues Magoos, a reformed, different band, but it was alright. It was an okay listen. For $1, I couldn't pass up, you know. It was in pretty decent shape, and Blues Magoos, I figured I was at least in for something good. Very kind of blues rock. I'm going to have to give it another listen. It's not one I'm just going to toss to the side. Definitely I'm a completist, so I got to fucking have it, but not one that I'll be throwing on very often. But still, it's a really solid listen. If you're into like the blues rock stuff, you know, obviously it's some post-psychedelic garage rock, so, which kind of sucks, but still really good, really solid listen. I can't complain. One that, oh my god, I never thought I'd see this band out in the wild around here, and lo and behold, I did. Firepower by Legs Diamond. Oh yeah. The only other Legs Diamond I have, I got courtesy of my brother Chris, Fitzy72, a while back. And minus a, I don't know if you can see it on the other side there. And it's like a little weird ass gash that it played through with no clicks. It's in really, really nice shape and a great album. Just solid, late 70s hard rock. Really, really good. Love Legs Diamond. And last one here was a normal price to purchase, which I was really surprised to see it priced pretty cheap. I mean, this artist, I knew that if it were put out on the floor, if I would have not seen this previous, but somebody told me, oh, they put this album out, I would have expected it to be going for at least 10, because the guy overprices the fuck out of shit. But I was surprised. For $5, I'll take it. Sketches of Spain by Miles Davis. Oh yeah. On the Columbia 2i label. Really nice shape for $5. I mean, it's kind of pissed. He's got a copy of Bitches Brew, which is in really nice shape, but $10, and it's got this huge scratch on one of the sides. The rest of it's all near mint. Both records are near mint, except for that scratch on one side, and I'm like, no, couldn't pull the trigger, but definitely could pull the trigger on this. So, very, very happy to add another Miles Davis to the collection. Alright, next ones, we're going to go for some eBay finds. Now, eBay is like crack to me. I will sit on eBay for hours and hours. And I mean, honestly, there's so many days I'll just sit on there and I won't buy anything, but I'll put stuff on my watch list. I'm just fucking weird like that, but it helps because you will strike some really good deals, and I ended up getting some really great deals on these. First one up here, a band that I've really come to really like in the last year, and this one's been on my radar. Ended up getting this for really cheap. Cheap for what it really is. I was really surprised. I mean, I think it had only been up for a couple hours, so it was a buy it now, $12. So a couple dollars in shipping. Still cheaper than the reissue, and I really didn't want to get a reissue. I wanted to try and find as close to an OG as I could, and I came pretty damn close. Da Capo by Love. Great album. Beautiful shape, a later Elektra red label pressing. So not an OG, but close enough. Such an amazing album. You got Stephanie Knows Who, 7 and 7 Is. I mean, come the fuck on. This album is awesome, and definitely just a great, I love their whole catalog, but definitely this one makes a great companion piece to Forever Changes. Forever Changes being obviously amazing, but we don't need to talk about that, but amazing shape. So glad I finally got that. Next one here, another one. I've been on the hunt for this one on vinyl for ever. Really ever since I became an even more avid fan of this artist. And obviously, it'll be blatantly obvious I'm a fan when I show it. But this one, I can't remember how much I paid. I think it was only like $10. And I mean, the shape it's in and everything, I never see copies on eBay go for this cheap. So, Roxy and Elsewhere by Frank Zappa and the Mothers. Oh yeah. Now, here's the fun part, which I read it in the description, but I didn't really pay that much attention. Beautiful, beautiful vinyl. This is actually an import, but not like a specific import. These are actually made here in the US as imports and then to be distributed out to various countries, France, UK, etc., and then to be sold there. So, really cool. I didn't have to go overseas to get a cool import. And minus some creasing in the cover here. Beautiful, beautiful shape. So, for the price I paid, I was more than happy. And finally get this one on vinyl. I love this album. This is in my top 5 favorite Frank Zappa albums ever. And I'm really, really hoping there's no bullshit and this finally comes out on DVD. Well, the Roxy performances, I should say. Hopefully next year. Hopefully. We're getting so many hints that it's coming, so God willing, please, because that'll be the holy grail of Frank Zappa DVDs. Alright, and the last online find here, another one that's been on my want list for a really long time. And it really sticks out in my mind, and I remember really when I finally started absorbing this album was a few years ago, when I first became aware of the VC. Like, I remember, I don't know if I'd seen somebody show this or what, but I ended up pulling the CD out and just playing the shit out of it after that point. Really made a conscious effort to get it on vinyl, and it only took me, almost 3 years to finally get it, but I finally got it. And shout out to my homie, my brother, Rob in Boston, Penique's 1960. I know you'll like this. Beach Boys, Smiley Smile. Now, this is a 1980 Capitol Green Label pressing, mono. Now, would I like to have an OG? Oh yeah, that OGs are always nice, but I really trusted this copy. A, because it was going for really cheap. I got it for a sick deal. I mean, ridiculous price. I trusted this particular pressing because my copy of Pet Sounds is also a Green Label Capitol. And when I had done research, when I bought that a few years ago, after I'd gotten it and looked to see exactly what people thought, I ended up stumbling on a forum where a lot of people were really talking up the Capitol Green Label pressings and saying they were definitely saying they were probably the best and even better sounding than some of the originals. So, and I can attest, I mean, this sounds fucking incredible and such an amazing album. Obviously not the envisioned Smile project that Brian Wilson had in mind, but it is what it is. So eventually I'd like to have the whole Smile project on vinyl or possibly CD, who knows, but still, to have this is awesome. I was really glad to finally get that. I'm feeling a little bit more complete in my Beach Boys collection. I'm a fan, I've been a big fan, but the older I get, the more I'm really starting to absorb more of that later period. But still really satisfied and just, oh God. It's times like this where I start really getting a lot of stuff off the want list and start crossing things and start looking at the collection going, wow, I'm really at a happy point where if I don't buy any vinyl for a week or 2 weeks or, there's no new additions to the collection, I've still got a lot of depth and wealth invested finally and feeling really good. So life is good. Alright, last two are from my favorite spot to hit up, Michiana Used. Been talking about it ever since I joined the VC. I've been shopping there well before there was a vinyl community. I made a stop in there a few weeks back. If anybody here lives in the Midwest, you'll know the crazy fucking storms we got a few Sundays back. I went out in it. I actually had to go to a friend's house to pick up a guitar that he had fixed for me, and decided I want to go out digging too. Well, I think I got some sort of storm discount because it was fucking insane, but I was stupid enough to go out in it. 80-mile-per-hour wind, rain to where you can't fucking see your own hand in front of your face. I struck fucking gold. Gold. Vinyl fucking gold. So it was well worth almost dying in the rain for it. So they got a killer, nice little collection of stuff in. Some good prog stuff. Just stuff I was really needing, and I wish I could have spent way more, but I already spent too much as it is that I didn't have at the time, but I had to get these two. So first one up, huge fan of the band, and this one I'm pretty sure at this point in time I'm closing out the artist collection, and now we're just up to getting some upgrades. So I need to look again and make sure, but I'm pretty sure I've been able to cross the final one off the list. The Rolling Stones, England's newest hitmakers. Nice stereo pressing, a London label. I could not believe that I found this out in the wild. I about lost my mind. I've been wanting to get a copy of this for ever since I got into the Stones almost 20 years ago. Maybe longer than 20 years ago. And to finally get this on vinyl, oh yeah. Early Stones classics, you know, Carol, Not Fade Away. Just great, great covers. Can I Get a Witness, Route 66, I Just Want to Make Love to You. Oh yeah. Early Stones are the best. Very, very cool. That was, I won't give out prices, but let's just say really cheap. Really cheap. Very, very well priced. That's why I love this store. And speaking of well priced, this one, I could not believe he had it going for this cheap, but I've said it before in other videos. They're not running a museum, they're running a store, so they like to turn a profit as quick as they can. And this, I'm so glad I got to it when I did. Total Grail. Alright, enough of my fucking babbling. Madcap Laughs by Syd Barrett. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And the Yellow Harvest label. Only part that sucks, obviously those glossy import covers, so a little bit of creasing, just a little bit of wear and tear, but still. Oh yeah, had a price of $35. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? Yeah. I've seen these easily go for way more than that online. So I couldn't believe it when he told me he had gotten this. They had some other import Floyd stuff, and they had a copy of Piper at the Gates of Dawn, but they had that listed up on eBay, which that didn't go for a shitload, which I kind of wished I had the extra money at the time, and I would have picked that up too, because it was a really nice copy. But Syd Barrett solo, I mean, oh fuck yeah. This is great to finally have a standalone copy of this. I'm really, really happy, but the fucked up part, now I gotta work to find Barrett. Like I'm gonna find that just out in the wild. You never know at this point since I was able to get this, so. Yes! Madcap Laughs. Totally fucking awesome. You could say I was beyond stoked. Couldn't believe it. So anyway, that does it for the vinyl update. Thank you guys for watching. Trying to think. I might have one more vinyl update. We'll see before the end of the year. I'm sure you'll probably see me. I may make another video for something. Who knows? We'll see. On that note, hope everybody has a great, great rest of the week, month, whenever I see you guys next. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.